Yo, what's up everyone? This video today is going to be about Archeage. Archeage has recently popped up on my radar, and look, if you were in the alpha and the beta, then you know. If you know, you know. So Archeage for me was definitely my all-time favorite MMO experience. I mean, I just loved everything about it. The naval content, the trading system with the trade packs, the combat was pretty good for tab targeting, just the whole sandbox appeal of the game, the way the farming worked, the open world PvP, just better than anything, right? An interesting article just dropped from Massively OP, and so I want to get into a little bit of this news about what's going on with Archeage and maybe some of the implications, and then touch on a little bit at the end on why it's kind of back on my radar all these years later and after all the versions of Archeage. So let's jump in and take a look. Okay, so Massively OP just dropped this article, and they are saying that Korea's Money Today News has a scoop on some turmoil going on at XL Games that appears to mean layoffs inside the studio and a closure of Archeage in some region, including NA, including our region. The website is reporting that XL Games is offering severance for people to drop off of the Archeage team, which they say was around 100 people maintaining Archeage, and apparently even the producer of Archeage is now being reassigned over to Archeage 2, and we know Archeage 2 is in development. Last year they put out an interview with Jake Song and showed some maybe clips or vertical slices of some of the gameplay, maybe the action combat they're going to do, and so we know Archeage 2 is close. Maybe a 2024 release. It said the reduction in manpower at the development studio was announced when management recently announced the plan to terminate sequential service of Archeage inside the company. And we all know that Archeage has had sort of a turbulent history when it comes to the game being here in the West, right? It started out with Tryon Games, and then it went to Gamigo, and now Kakao is now the publisher. Of course, XL Games remaining the developer of the game. Through all those iterations, we've seen fresh starts, we've seen changes in monetization, and we've even seen the Unchained version, which was supposed to eliminate all pay to win, but really it turned into daily age, as everyone knows. Just an incredible amount of dailies that really prevented you from actually playing the sandbox part of the game. With all these iterations, I don't think it's any surprise. I've logged on recently and there's just no one. I've logged on, I'm the only person in Ostera or Marianople with my character in these main hub cities running around, and it's really just a shell of itself, and I just don't know if there's a ton of players on legacy or Unchained servers at the moment. The reason for this happening might be because of a couple reasons, of course. The first, just low population numbers, right? Not enough people paying and playing the game in order to justify keeping the servers running. And so that's obviously, I think, something to take into concern, but I think the bigger thing that might be leading to this, of course, is Archeage 2. Like I said, Archeage 2 is close. We're thinking maybe a 2024 release, and it just makes sense that they would want to pull over the team and ramp up from Archeage over to Archeage 2, because I think they're betting on this one. They've seen the failings of Archeage, and so in my mind, at least it makes sense to me that they would try to do everything they can to right the wrongs of Archeage with an Archeage 2. Now, am I optimistic that Archeage 2 is going to be the no pay to win Archeage that we've wanted all along? I'm pretty skeptical, right? I think there's going to be pay to win. It just seems like that's XL Games and Kakao's MO. And as much as I want a no pay to win Archeage, I just don't see it happening. Even in Unchained, which was supposed to be the no pay to win Archeage and no pay to win in the cash shop, they didn't limit alts. If you could pay for more alts than the next guy, then your progression was that much faster. Can Archeage 2 right those wrongs? I wish I could say yes. Will I play it? I'm still going to jump in because the nostalgia, the memories from Archeage, so I do want to check out Archeage 2 when it comes out. Obviously, I'll play it for a few weeks, maybe a month. I don't know. And can they prove me wrong? Possibly. But But these things could be some of the reasons why they're thinking about shuttering Archeage just to move resources to the new game that they're developing. Okay, so since this news has come out, XL Games and Kakao have both put out statements that say they don't have plans to shutter the game in NA or the EU servers. But I don't know if that's true. I just think if Archeage 2 is coming out, it makes too much sense. You know, it's like a SWG to Star Wars The Old Republic situation, sort of. I can't see people sticking with Archeage when Archeage 2 comes out. I tend to think these have some shred of truth to them, these reports, but I don't think we'll know, obviously, until something more concrete happens or Archeage 2 comes out. And also, I'm going to keep tracking the news on Archeage Official and see what direction they decide to go, whether they do shutter the project in favor of Archeage 2 or just see what develops over the coming months. So guys, thanks for joining me. I'm going to keep bringing this Archeage news over the coming months and just covering this story and seeing how it develops. And if you like this type of video, please give me a like and subscribe to the channel. And guys, check the Discord in the link below. We talk about MMOs all the time. We're talking about everything new that's coming out. And if you want to be a part of that conversation or just play some games, jump in the Discord and say hello. But until next time, guys, I'll see you.